What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're here for, my goodness, another video with Gmoney 520, the myth, the legend, the man himself. He's got another game plan for us today, so we're just going to kind of roll with it. We hopped on a call. I'm doing the intro here using some natural lighting. Hopefully I don't burn your eyes out here. But take it away, Gmoney. Tell everybody what's planned for today.
Yes, thank you again for having me, and hello everybody.
Yeah.
I'm liking this series because I'm not telling Flex anything.
I have no
so
idea.
We get to watch him squirm a little bit on my questions. Although he fielded the last one excellently. Oh,
Did go pretty well. It did go pretty well. Ooh,
see what I did there?
I saw that. I felt the tingle too.
So I'm gonna let him flex on this question as well.
Okay, let's hear it.
I want to hear your thoughts on toxic people in your life,
Okay,
and
that's a good one.
maybe someone in your past, what the dynamic was on that, and then I want you to give us a step-by-step process on how to go about cutting a toxic person out of your life.
Man, that's a tough one. I got two possible ways I want to answer this. I think I'm gonna pick the scenario that I think is much more difficult to deal with, and it's actually it's somebody who's not necessarily toxic, but doesn't naturally move in a direction that supports your vision or something that you're
Yep.
doing. Because let's
The
say
toughest
they're
one to
doubtful.
cut out, I'd say.
Yes. Somebody who loves you to death. And I'm going to use a wonderful example. I won't. So the example that I'm using is somebody in my family who is an amazing person, who loves me to death, who wants me to do only well, and who wants the best for me. That being said, there's somebody who's got a very, very secure mindset. They want, like, for them, the ideal thing for me to do to be safe and sound, use my degree, get a secure job, have health insurance from that job, 401k through the job, basically completely opposite of being self-employed. So when I first started the stream journey, this was a particular person that I very often, when I was going through the emotional roller coaster of like not really knowing what was going to happen with the stream and putting all of my money into it, all my savings, watching everything dwindle down as we went month by month, going deeper and deeper into the journey. This particular person was somebody that in my past I always relied on in like venting or going to them for closure if I was going through something, or like I think there was a part of that relationship that I appreciated as well, and getting their feedback and like them telling me that I was doing a good job. Like it's something I got used to when I was growing up, which may not be a good thing to have all the time. So anyhow, this particular person was very doubtful of my investment in pursuing streaming as a career, because it goes basically against what they were brought up to consider as being successful or like smart. So for the first year in streaming, I felt like I was really let down every time I talked to this person, because no matter what I told them, they were always somewhat doubting that I was making a good decision or that I was going to succeed. I could tell even when they weren't saying it. I could read it in their body language, in the way that they were responding to me, in their energy. And so I started to internalize that and doubting myself. So what I found out was what's really important in life is if you have the perspective to put yourself in another person's shoes and try to understand why they're doing or saying what they're saying without judging them first. I learned after about a year that this particular person has their own beliefs and thoughts of what is successful and secure. Every time I told them about stream, they would try to deviate me and tell me to go get a job and use my degree. And in the reality of it is, the intention of that statement is they want me to be safe and secure. So I learned that I had to understand how to interpret how people communicate differently and how they may perceive things differently. So I learned very quickly that with this particular person, I could not look to them for advice or for solitude and going to them and saying like, hey, I'm struggling. I don't know that I don't know if I can do this. Like they're not going to be the person to encourage me to go further. They're going to be the person that's like, hey, go get a job. Be careful. And it's not that they didn't believe in me. It's that to them, going and getting a job and using my degree is always going to be the right answer. So I learned that, hey, you know what? This person they don't doubt me. They just don't understand. And so this is not where I'm going to take solitude anymore. This is not the person I'm going to search for in getting encouragement or helping me push through the tough parts. I have other friends and family that understand what I'm going through and that I think believe in this a little bit more because they understand it better. And that's where I'm going to go instead of feeling like I'm being let down every time. So that was a great example of somebody I was very close to who actually did not intend at all to be, I wouldn't even say negative. They just weren't encouraging. And I learned to understand why they were saying what they were saying. And I made the decision, instead of getting hurt by what they were saying, I understood that it's okay that they're saying what they're saying. And I need to surround myself with people that believe in this dream if I'm going to be looking to that group of people for like confidence and encouragement. So I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, but that's how I dealt with that particular situation. And the person that I was referring to is they love me to death. They're fantastic. I don't think anything less of them. I just learned how to understand them better. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great example, and I think that's a particularly good one because it wasn't someone that you wanted to completely cut out of your life. I think there is certainly a place where that is necessary. I know I have completely cut people out of my life based on their toxic behavior. But if I were to summarize, what you did, and I think this applies on both sides of the coin, whether you want to keep them in your life or you want to completely cut them out. If I were to summarize what you said, and feel free to jump in at any point.
Yeah.
Step one is, okay, you have to identify the source of the toxicity.
What's the intention?
This person is certainly toxic in my world, and I'm going to identify that. I think the next part is evaluate the why. So why are they being toxic? Why do I even care?
Answer the question.
Answer it, figure that out. And, again, evaluate the why of why do you care? Like if you don't need to care, then you can just commit, last stage, commit to the path that you identify as right. If you don't need to care, commit to not caring. If it was in Flex's case, committing to just not seeking advice from them, then he just has to commit to not seeking that advice from this person and get advice and guidance elsewhere. So I think those 3 steps are just a good guideline for
communicating.
Communicating and growing the relationships in your life that you want to grow instead of nurturing the toxic sources in your life.
Yeah, and one thing you pointed out was like understanding like the foundation of that relationship. So with my example, that particular person is somebody that I can rely on for basically everything else. But when it involved the streaming career, that was not where I needed to invest my energy. Forget about it. But everywhere else, awesome. And so that's why it's important to understand people, answer the questions Gmoney was talking about.
Awesome. Well, Mr. Flex, thank you very much again, and thank you all viewers for tuning in. I'm sure we will have another one to do very shortly. And
having a blast.
Sign out. Peace.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, we're live Tuesday through Saturday. Oh my goodness gracious. That's right. Tuesday through Saturday, we're starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we usually go for 4 to 6 hours. So if you're not there, you're missing out. All right? Go check us out sometime. You're welcome to ask us some questions or dig a little bit deeper into our minds if you want to do that live. All right? We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again for another great video.